98階に行こう。
98階に行こう。
98階に行こう。98階に行こう。
パソコンだ。
パソコンだ。
パソコンだ。パソコンだ。
これください。
これください。
これください。これください。
財布忘れた。
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 みんなのパソコン98シリーズ、その名も US 新登場。
98階に行こう。
98階に行こう。
98階に行こう。98階に行こう。
買ったよ。
買ったよ。
買ったよ。買ったよ。
まだかな。
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 一家に1台 98US 楽しく使えてこの価格。
音楽だ。
勉強だ。
ゲームだ。パソコン通信だ。
メルプールランド。
Melpool Land is a very simple little two-player or one-player game. It's very similar to the one minigame from Crash Bash on the PS1, where you have to knock your opponents off of the platform. This one does seem to have a similar mechanic, but it's very confusing. You get these two little dudes that you control, and you can send them flying out, and then they do damage to the enemy. So it looks like you can either knock them off the platform into a hole, or just outright kill them with your attacks. Other than that, yeah, there really is not much to it. And there's all of a sudden a very harsh difficulty spike later on. I don't really know what else to say about it. The world design is very bland. The characters are pretty alright, I suppose. The UI is it's a bit shitty, but it's, you know, it's also quaint in its own way. Soundtrack is grating on my ears, but otherwise, I mean, it's alright as a little standalone game. And then next we have Slayers by Band Presto. I was sort of looking forward to it. I like the art and everything, but there really is not much to it. It has nice artwork, but the gameplay, there's nothing really to it to keep me engaged for 15 hours or however long this game is supposed to be. So that's why there's no standalone video on it. It's just, it's not, I cannot. Slays is also based on anime of the same name, which has that 90s anime aesthetic, which I really do appreciate these days compared to modern stuff. So the game sort of starts you out with, doesn't really give you any indication, you've got to sort of figure it out on your own. So I was just going from location to location, looking at all the different companions you can recruit and buying some items and then heading out to the dungeon. It's very much a traditional dungeon crawler. First person. It's not really my cup of tea. I do understand the appeal, but it's just not really to me. So if it wasn't completely mouse controlled, I could probably get behind it. But I have to use the mouse, and I can't use numpad or WASD or arrow keys. So it gets very monotonous. So you click through. You sometimes find an object of interest, or a treasure chest, or you'll find a little cutscene, or an enemy encounter. And the enemy encounters also, it's JPEGs versus JPEGs. You don't see animations. Again, it is, to be fair, it is of its period. The PC-98 wasn't very powerful. It was only really good at the art side of things. So the artwork is nice, but the actual gameplay is, it's alright. Also, it probably is a manual that explains, what your abilities do, so I have to literally just figure out what the abilities do. They all just seem to basically be some variation of damage, or group damage, or buffing like levitation, which increases your party members' dodge chances, or speed, which I guess makes them attack earlier, or that sort of thing. But what is Slayers about? Well, it seems to be its own unique story, separate from the anime. The basic plot of the anime is it's essentially a monster of the week. Based on the synopsis of Wikipedia. I've never watched it. I might watch it one day, but when it comes to old anime, I like the art more than the plot lines, because they generally tend to be very basic and childish a lot of the time. Obviously there's exceptions, but in the game you follow Lena and Guri, I don't know, whatever, and then a random assortment of characters, I presume also from the show. They don't seem to have much character. They do interact in some cutscenes depending on who you've got with you. They do have some interactions that change on cutscene to cutscene, but other than that I haven't noticed anything. I don't plan on finishing the game because it's too long for the kind of gameplay that it has. Next is Primal Space by Flip Flop and Exing Crossing Productions, whatever it is. I don't even know where to begin with this. It seems to be some sort of life sim based. It's an incomplete translation, so take everything with a grain of salt. But it does seem to be something to do with psychic energy, positive and negative, from spreading life throughout the galaxy to build up your power. There doesn't seem to be a instruction manual. I'm just going off of what the menus that are translated. It could just be something that is lost in translation, but it is It's very weird. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend it, but just, I mean, it's interesting to look at and play around with. I'll give it that. So anyway, that's it for Variety Pack 2. Next video, I want to maybe do Rusty or Dead of the Brain 2 or maybe Makuden. I'm not 100% sure, but I will. It's always like a last minute thing where I decide what I'm going to do. Anyway, bye bye.
Oh, I love my fans. They're wonderful.